I'm actually looking for my Windows. Uh-huh. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So good morning, everyone, again. So I'll just quickly, run through not everything. So what we want to do today is not is a practical demonstration, but you guys all chose juice, but what I'm going to paint is actually abstract. So it may not necessarily be the flow chart or the real juice production schematic flow. So I'm going to present a case study. You look at it. It's not. Don't look at it like, oh, something is wrong with this flow chart. This is not the way to produce juice. And I just brought something abstract. So I wanted to just think abstract. But the most important thing is that you know what to do when it comes to implementation of HACCP. So we talked about so quickly, I will jump straight to, these are the 7 principles of HACCP. But let us look at the first. We need to do some preliminary tasks, on which are about 5 of them. So the first thing is assemble the HACCP team, describe the food and its distribution, describe the intended use and consumer of the food, develop a flow diagram which describes the process, then verify the flow diagram. So these are the first thing we're going to do. So Chidima, you're a consultant, and you have just been, given the contract to come and implement HACCP for Dominic and Osage Food Company. So you are coming as a consultant to our company to implement HACCP principles. So Chidima, now, in doing your HACCP, you already have a background. So the first thing you're going to do is for you to assemble the HACCP team. And I mentioned about, in assembling the HACCP team, you need to have, it has to be cross-functional. Some people, that means the HACCP team should not come from just one department. It should be cross-functional from engineering, procurement, HR, finance, sales, and all that. So you need to assemble the HACCP team. So everybody is going to be doing this task. So once you do this task, Dominic, I want to ask, is it possible for people to be able to share their screen? Maybe I need, because what I would have preferred is for us to have a break-up session whereby we break people into different groups. I don't know if we can actually do it here so that they will brainstorm, because this session is supposed to be interactive. It's supposed to be interactive. It's not theoretical. It's supposed to be interactive. Dominic, are you there?
So that would be challenging to bring up breakup session with using this Zoom. But we can deliberately ask people to unmute and speak. Like look at the names, call on anybody, or ask people who have something to say, to speak. I think that's the way we can do it. Or we can also use the chats, the chat group, the chats. So we can use the chats. Yes. So okay, yeah. So consider using the chat box. Okay, that's what Kingsley is saying. So I think that's another good idea, Masagi. We can use the chat box. So if you want people to be in groups, but I don't know how that will work in the chat box, but we can use the chat box to put in comments or what. Yeah, I think that we can use that.
Okay. Okay. So can you see my slide?
Yes. Very well.
The HACCP slide, right?
Yes.
Man, it's like I've done something wrong that resume share. Okay. It's no longer wrong. So hold on.
But we can still see it.
Okay, you can see it. So we're going to assemble the HACCP team. So now the first task, let me display let me stop sharing this. So this is what we want to do now. Let me see. I'm actually looking to see if I can see my desktop.
No, you can just share the desktop then.
But you're still seeing the HACCP, right?
Yeah, we're still seeing the slide. You can minimize the slide. Maybe we'll see your desktop then.
Okay. Can you now?
Yes, I can see Microsoft Teams. Now I can see websites. We can see the desktop now. Yes.
Okay, you
Very
can see it.
cloudy desktop.
Yeah. It's a lot of things on my desktop. Sorry, your called. Okay. So this is actually what I want to project. You can see now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the task for you guys. This is the task for you guys. Chidima, you are here. So this is the task for you guys. So you are going to look at this diagram because you are the consultant and you just go to the factory. So this is the way the factory looks like when you enter their production floor, the production floor of Dominic and Osage Food Company. So this is how the factory, looks like. When imagine you enter. So this is a schematic, a bit rough diagram so you need to convert this into a flow chart. So each of you need to read every aspect of, you have one to use it. So this is the task for the day. This is the task for the day. You understand? So this is the task for the day for the production of Yakult juice drink. So the name of the drink is Yakult juice drink. So we've just employed Chidima as a consultant, to help us implement HACCP. So the first thing would be to assemble your HACCP team. So I would implore that everyone, if you are using a system where you are, if it's not a phone, maybe you just open an Excel sheet. On the first page, you need to list, the team that will participate in this session. You understand? Because you need to have an HACCP team. That's the first thing we discussed. So take time to look through. Take time to look through the. Take time to look through. Is it very visible? Or you want me to make it more visible?
No. So I think you should take it up a little.
Okay. I made it bigger so that people can see the text.
Okay. So what I think we can also do is, then we have to create a team, right, in an Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Then we have to do the flow diagram.
Yes,
right?
you have to do the flow diagram.
Okay.
Yes.
So we will give ourselves, like, we can do this in 5 minutes, right? While we're doing. Then somebody can share his copy.
Exactly. So
what
they've been able to do, you understand? So it's an interactive session. So sorry if you missed the first session. Sorry, you so drag us back. So I'm coming with the knowledge that those who participated January 23rd already know where we are going to or what we want to do. So just so read through what we have there. So this is a schematic flow. So you guys can interact with yourself, then maybe one person can now come up with a slide and show us what he or she has done. Then we give opportunity for another person to also share, to see what he or she has done. Then we can move from there. Meanwhile, you want to you do your team, the HACCP team, then you construct the flow chart based on based on your observation while visiting the factory. Are we good? Are we good? Hello? Nobody's saying anything.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Is it that okay? People are working already.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Chidima is saying she's good. Oh, Chidima should be able to give us process flow now. She'll laugh now. So we have 2 tasks here, right? Just to be clear, let me put it in the chat. The first one is you want us to draw up our own as our team. Let us, okay, draw up your HACCP team.
And Dominic, I believe you shared the presentation slide.
Yes, I did in my last email.
So I want to believe every participant here, have this presentation slide. So you go on the slide, go and check the HACCP team. There's an example I did. So you don't just list people's name. If you list people's name, so how do I know who they are, what they do, their years of experience? So if you are going to show me your HACCP team, these are the things I want to see. Who they are, what they do, what will be their role in this HACCP implementation that you want to do for Dominic and Osage Food Company. You understand? So, these are the things.
Okay, so Chidima is saying that she's using her phone and for Zoom and the system. Okay, so once anybody who has finished drawing up theirs can read it out for us. If you are not able to share, so yeah, I think that works. Like say, oh, my HACCP team leader is so.
Yes,
this is
exactly,
his function.
Exactly.
The deputy will be this. The engineering engineering representative will be this. Just abstract names. Then you audio doesn't have to share unless if somebody has drawn and wants to share. Then for process flow diagram, I think the same thing we can do.
Okay. Dominic, this is showing that this meeting will end in 10 minutes. The meeting,
would need to rejoin.
Whoa.
We'll need to rejoin.
Is that what we're going to do today?
Yeah, it's we'll need to rejoin, but I'm shocked this is
okay.
Ending.
I'll be back. I'll be back in the next 5 minutes. It should be true. Okay, don't let me rush you because naturally this thing that we are doing already like this. If I'm coming to if you're going to implement it for a company, you can use weeks, to do all these things. But what we are doing is simply, practical but academic in a way, you understand. But that is actually how you are going to do it when you get to the large, big industrial scale. So because when you come to the company, you need to look at the process, from start to finish. Then you scribble some things. Then you now go and sit down and start crafting the flow chart.
So Kingsley has shared his proposed team. So in the HACCP team, there's a warehouse manager, production manager, quality manager, engineering manager, procurement manager, and plant manager. Those are the people that compose the HACCP team.
Okay, so what will be their role in this? What will be their role? Yeah, what will be their role? So that's why I said they should always make reference to the HACCP team example of how you should document, your HACCP team. What is the person's name? The person's name is Dominic. What's the person's department? What's the person's designation? What's the person's qualification? So what is the person's responsibility / responsibility in in food safety management system or in the HACCP system, because when you talk about HACCP, we've not talked about prerequisite program. Prerequisite, I just skipped that one intentionally because I believe we, before doing that, you'd have identified the prerequisite program for the company and what they need to put in place. So you should tell me Dominic's job will be pest control management, clean and sanitization, GMP, GHK. You can tell me Chidima's role, will be maybe HACCP communication and all all that. Sure, you understand. So people should have it. There should be a description of that, you know, for all this, for food safety, because HACCP is actually the foundation of food safety, is the heart of food safety. So that is what we should have from you. So the team, for the team members, that shouldn't be a big deal. So what is really the big deal is being able to, get the flow chart and get it right. Because if you miss the flow chart, then it will compromise everything. So you have to get the flow chart right. The temperature, the storage conditions. So you need to know actually the importance of, each process, here. So you need to know the importance of each of them. So it's actually very, very important that so we'll do it together, definitely. We'll definitely brainstorm together and all that, but you need to do something on your own.
So does anybody have any to share now? Is anybody ready to share?
No, Dominic, don't rush them. Don't rush them, because the flow chart, I don't even expect that anybody would have finished flow chart now, because the person have not seen the rest part of the screen.
No, I'm even talking about the HACCP team.
Okay, the HACCP team, okay.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, I'm Akim.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning, Akim.
Yeah, I'm using phone, so I don't have access to a system, but I have a worksheet here.
Okay.
So for my HACCP team, I have 5 members. So I put names. I also have their roles. I have team leader. I also have team members. Others are just team members. Okay, one is training officer that will be in charge of training for team members, and then to plan training for the entire organization.
Okay.
And for department, I have one member coming from production. I have another member coming from quality assurance department.
Good.
Another coming from maintenance department, warehouse and planning. Okay. For their qualification, most of the team members have BSc in science related courses. We have one having an MBA. Okay. Now, as per roles and responsibility within HACCP team, for the HACCP team leader, I put here as to train team members, to also develop budgets and get approval from management team. Other members, they have 1 or 2 responsibilities, which I also highlighted here.
Okay.
So this is just an overview of my HACCP team.
Okay, so it's not really bad. Normally it should be in a table, because it's actually a regulatory requirement, and it's also an ISO requirement that you should have an HACCP team member, and that's the rationale behind you that you must have a team, because it's not something you should do alone. Even as a consultant, you won't be the one to do it alone, but you will be the one leading the team, till they become independent. So you will not be doing it alone. So that's also the importance of having team members cannot be overemphasized or underestimated. You understand? It's actually very, very important, because everybody will have a role in the HACCP plan, in the risk assessment, determining the risk, and also determining what will be the quality control points, the operational prerequisites, and the CCP. So these are the areas that people actually get, confused, not being able to distinguish between a control point or quality control point, operational prerequisite program, and HACCP and critical control point. Megna just complained.
Yeah, I think Chidima
is not clear. Is that so for everyone?
No, I think Chidima has a question. Or is raising a hand actually. Maybe she wants to share her own.
Hello.
Are you hearing me? Chidima is raising her hand. I think she wants to share her own.
Hello.
Hello, Osagi, can you hear us?
Okay, so let her go. Let her go ahead, but okay, yeah, she can go ahead, but we have less than 1 minute remaining. So it will log us off.
Yeah, so yeah, she will continue.
Hello?
Yeah, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
We have less than 1 minute. He's going to log us off.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah,
My HACCP team, the HACCP team has 4 members. The first is the quality manager, who is a graduate of food science and technology.
Okay.
The quality manager is going to be acting as the food safety team lead.
Perfect.
Communicating the HACCP plans
Good.
to other members of the team and the company.
Good.
And also ensuring implementation of the HACCP plans.
Good.
Then the second member is the site hygienist in the company, who is a graduate of microbiology. So he or she will be helping in hygienic design of the facility. Perfect. So that it will incorporate